Hey Internet, it's your old friend Dominic here with the All-American Casino Guide. And if you're not familiar with the channel, then let me tell you, we're a channel dedicated to providing you with all those tips, tricks, tutorials, and trivia that you possibly need to know about casinos and casino games. In addition to talking about games and strategies of poker games, we like to actually play on occasion as well. And so the camera crew and some of the behind the scenes crew that we have at the studio get together every once in a while for a little late night poker. And because we're crazy about it, we like to record it, and we thought it'd be fun to talk about what happened in that game and maybe give some pointers about different things that we, or at least I did, observed about certain play styles. So this is actually a continuation from the previous video, so we'll actually leave part one of this video in the description down below. But without further ado, let's check out some Texas Holdem late night poker style here at the All-American Casino Guide. Okay, so we got Bacchus, Footloose, Cowgirl, Jesus, and Soho. All right, so looks like the big statistical leader right now is Jesus with a pair of pocket jacks. Pocket pair, obviously very desirable. It's what you're looking for in an opening hand. Jacks being a very good example of a pocket pair. But I just get really scared about jacks in particular because they get beaten by so many people who could just get an errant king or an errant queen or an ace, you know. And I just hate feeling that confidence with having pocket pair, pocket jacks, and then having it all kind of go south on me. So it looks like Bacchus is considering his hand. He's got 8-6 off suit. Not a great hand overall. He's considering the raise that Soho threw out with that king two. Again, that's a terrible hand because you don't have any suited you're not connected. They're not suited. You're not a pocket pair. This is just generally a terrible hand, but they decided to go in heavy on that one. Okay, so let's see here. Footloose is in the hand. Bacchus decided to call. So here comes the flop. This is the big exciting moment here. So it looks like we got Queen of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, 4 of Diamonds. Okay, so it looks like Footloose gets the immediate big increase in his overall hand, having that, matched up that ace. Sitting with a big pair of aces. See, like, that's my point right there, is that an ace came on the flop, and Footloose, who pre-flop was holding garbage, not garbage, but ace-5 is a pretty, offsuit is pretty bad. All of a sudden, now they got a hand. They got the nuts. So Cowgirl very intelligently gets out of the hand. Jesus, having that confidence that comes from having a pair of jacks, he's going to go ahead and call Footloose's initial bet. And Soho, I don't know what the hell they're doing, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're seeing that I'm not seeing. Okay, so we got, looks like it's 6 of hearts. No real help there for anybody. Could have helped Bacchus and Cowgirl, but they're both out of the hand. Soho is just bluffing all damn day at this point. But they have sold it because they have not changed anything about their particular play style or pattern. They have consistently played aggressive on this particular hand, giving the impression that they are very confident about their hand. It actually worked. Holy crap. And they actually got Footloose to lay down the winning hand, which of course then puts Jesus back in that top position with a pair of jacks. So it's really going to be interesting to see what happens here. He's fiddling with his dealer chip. He's muddling about, thinking if he wants to actually call this large bet. And I'm going to get the impression that he's going to go ahead and fold this hand. He's really debating it. He's really debating it. He's looking at it one more time and just thinking maybe they turned from jacks into queens or something. I don't know what he thought was going to happen there. He wanted to double check. He's going to reveal, he's going to show that he's throwing down a good hand, which I do not agree with. We try to focus on the really good hands, so you don't watch pointless hands where people end up folding pre-flop. It's not very exciting. We try to stick with the exciting hands around here. That's what we do. That's what, we're good like that. Okay, so it looks like the action's going to be on Cowgirl, who's going to fold. Okay, she was right off the position. Okay, Jesus actually went ahead and called out of turn. I didn't notice that when it happened. So Soho now sitting with 10-9 clubs. So she is the big favorite pre-flop and is making a sizable pre-flop bet. Definitely putting Bacchus into question the strength of their hand, throwing away that queen 6 offsuit. Footloose with a queen ace offsuit has a pretty good chance of pairing up something on the flop that could give them a good hand. Certainly in a better position overall for a matchup. Looks like they're even considering a raise. And then, of course, let's talk about the fact that they called, and then Jesus decides to call as well with his pair of pocket 2s, which is literally the worst pocket pair you can have. But I've seen pocket 2s win hands, so let's see what happens. Oh, it looks like we got queen of spades, king of clubs, and the 4 of clubs. So Soho's now sitting 4 cards to a flush, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, it looks like quite a few clubs have already been spoken for, so I don't really know what her odds are. I'd have to calculate those, what's left in the deck, potentially. But she decides to go ahead and start with a pretty standard bet. Comes at Footloose calls, matching up that queen, feels pretty confident with all right. So now looks like we're gonna get to a turn. Let's see what happens at the turn. Burn and turn. Boom! There we are. It looks like it's the 9 of spades. So that's going to be just a pair for Soho at this point. But of course, both players check. Okay, that's interesting. And there it is, the 3 of clubs completing that flush for Soho. So now she's in great position to go ahead and make the first bet and makes a rather substantial one for sure. And of course, Footloose now, he's dead in the water. He's already lost. It's just a matter of like if he's gonna decide to fold his hand or, I mean, with that many spades on the table, you have to at least be considerate of the fact. Not spades, rather clubs. There's so many clubs on the board. You have to assume that there is a distinct possibility that somebody has 2 other clubs. It's almost a statistical impossibility when you play like 7 or 8 handed. I mean, luckily here tonight we're only 5 handed, but they reveal, and of course Footloose decides to muck his hand, or no, he does reveal that he had something. He wasn't just playing dumb. He had a pair of queens, but realistically, I don't think that was a very smart move. You got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. God, I miss Kenny Rogers. All right, next big hand here. We got Bacchus sitting big with his ace-queen, okay? Kind of the hand that Footloose had in the last hand we looked at. It looks like nobody's got any pocket pairs. Jesus with 9-7 on suit spades. Soho with ace-6, which is really a terrible hand to have because it's not even a possible straight draw at that point with your hold cards. So they're deciding on how much to play with here, pre-flop. Looks like the money might be good now. Cowgirl has not, as far as I've seen, she hasn't played a single hand, and Footloose has been playing fairly conservatively, despite his chip stack being pretty good. It looks like Bacchus has gone all in now on this hand. He didn't have very much left to begin with, but now it looks like the money is good. Going all in pre-flop with ace-queen offsuit. I do not necessarily agree with the logic of, anything can happen, I suppose, but the logic in that, it's not a good hand. You got a lot of players playing pretty loose at this point. You're entitled to do whatever you want, as long as you pick a style and you stick with it and you use a strategy and you use it well. That's what's important, okay? So, okay, James, come on, hurry up with the cards, buddy, here. Okay, so we burn, we turn the flop. See, look at Jesus's, the way he's shuffling his cards back and forth. He is very nervous about this hand. He does not feel confident ace-7 on suit. And then he just checks it to see if he in fact has clubs, but then he's like, oh shit, I got spades. It looks like everyone checks around the table. This is going to be one of those family pots. Okay, so here comes that 6 of spades. But at this point, Jesus is dead in the water. The only thing really going for him is a pair of 7s. Soho's doing pretty well here with a pair of aces, but Bacchus obviously has that pair of aces too. Sorry, rather 2 pair. Soho has got 2 pair. Bacchus is already all in, so I mean he's feeling pretty good. He's got at least he paired up that ace, but I'm sure he'd feel better if he paired up that queen as well. Okay, and the 3 of clubs. Again, it's just too late now for anything to happen. Okay, so we're gonna compare hands, and Bacchus is skillfully trying to take his money back, but unfortunately he's realizing that he had lost. Okay, we're gonna fast forward to the next hand. I think we got 1 or 2 more hands left in this video. Let's see, so pre-flop, it looks like Soho's having some great hands. She's got king, queen off suit, 9-6 on suit for Jesus. He's gotten a lot of pocket pairs and suited cards. Cowgirl's in a real bad spot with 8-3 off suit. It looks like Footloose is already out of the hand, and so was Bacchus. So it's down to Jesus and Soho, bringing all the money in the pot. They're gonna go all in, Jesus is gonna go all in. So, okay, it looks like 9-6 on suit for Jesus, that king, queen for Soho. This is actually pretty much a coin flip at this point, to be honest with you. So, okay, there's a 6. Okay, so that puts Jesus in a really good position. There's a 3 of clubs, and the 10 of diamonds. Okay, no, and what's the last? Oh, it's a king. Oh, what a crusher, Jesus. What a crusher. He gets so frustrated, he just throws the river card away. You know, the infamous river. It's been the bane of many a man's existence over the years. This might be the last hand, I'm not sure. We have Footloose sitting with 7-6 on suit, off suit. So king 4 for Jesus, king 9 for Bacchus, Soho 9-3. Just maybe this will be the hand. Yep, she finally folds a hand. Bacchus sitting with king 9. It looks like he must have rebuyed because after losing his entire chip stack, I must have missed that. All right, so he's pushing that into the middle here. We got Footloose, calling, Cowgirl very traditionally out of the hand. Okay, so we got the ace of clubs, the queen of spades, and the 7 of spades as well. So it looks like Jesus, who's doing pretty well with 4 spades to the flush. Bacchus has got nothing. Footloose has at least got a pair of 7s. So, I mean, but 7s, God, that's such a terrible pair to have, to be honest with you. I mean, some people are just happy to see a pair at all. Okay, so this even makes things more interesting. Jesus just got a king, but so did Bacchus. Bacchus obviously has a slightly better kicker card. That's the second card in your hand that didn't match up. And it looks like he's gonna go all in again. I'm rooting for Bacchus in this one, but I honestly think that this is not going to work out in his favor, to be honest with you, overall. But, okay, so they reveal. It looks like it's all going to come down to that river card. Last hand that we watched, Jesus really got pissed off about the river, and this time it saves him. Oh, man, the 6 of spades. The 6 of spades, it's a flush, it's a flush, it's a flush. So that concludes our late night poker session. If you enjoyed what you saw, go ahead and clickety-clack that like button. And if you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave them as a comment down below. If you really want to show the channel some love, go ahead and pound that big red subscribe button and ring-a-ding-ding that notification bell, because it'll notify you every single time we upload one of these late night videos or one of the great trivia videos or tutorial videos we upload to the channel with quite a bit of regularity. So my name's Dominic, aka the Steampunk Cowboy King, reminding you, as always, that this is the All-American Casino Guide and we want you to play responsibly.